because I knew I was wrong for going over there, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, so it's because all the shit that you talked about, all the heat that you gave us in the beginning, and you know all that Barry Gordy bullshit, you know that rap.
Gotta be bullshit.
Yeah, no,
it was with me and him first, because like I said, I didn't know.
Oh, here you gonna make it about you, bro.
No, it's the truth.
It's the truth. Nothing wrong with being inspired by that. You know, that transition was great. I mean, I loved it. You know, whatever you were saying, when I look back at that interview, it did teach me a lot of where, you know, the headspace where we needed to be in, because I definitely got checked right then and there. You know what I mean? Like, you definitely not a part of none of this shit. You definitely don't have a stake in none of this shit. You're definitely not a partner. You're not looked at as a partner. You're not anything up here. But we were taking it as for what it was, you know what I mean? And, you know, we was trying to use it, you know, to further our career.
I agree.
And, you know, and do what we was doing, though. But you were giving, before me, you were giving AD-ass a hard-ass time for being up there with the white man.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say that he was giving me a hard time for saying that there should be more black people on the radio. And then the conversation just went left. And that's why in the second interview we did, you apologized to me.
Oh, 100%.
How you reacted to it, but the conversation just went left. You referring to the first interview.
Yeah.
The conversation just went left, and when I brought up the employee thing, again, like I told you in the second interview, it wasn't to insult you. It was just me putting like a boundary up. Like, it's a factual statement. I didn't come there for that. I came there to talk about the report card. There was no radio DJ on that report card. That wasn't what I was up there talking about. I was up there talking about.
But that's kind of your claim to fame a little bit, right?
The rap report card?
No, your opinion about the radio.
I wouldn't say that's my claim. If people don't walk up to me,
I'm saying.
walk up to me and say rap report card.
I would say that 100%.
Yeah. But people who really know me, like Day One, Dejon Paul supporters, the Dan Lay supporters, know that I've been pushing for there to be more black people working on the radio and just more black media representation in general since 2018, 2019.
Yeah. Which is not wrong at all. But do you feel like now seeing everything through a scope that you could have went about that a different type of way?
I feel like I could have minded my business.
Okay.
Because the same people that I was fighting to get radio jobs and brand deals and sponsorships and more black media representation turned around. You see black media people disrespect me all the time on a daily basis to say they're going to put me out of business and you shouldn't do a report card. We don't grade music. We don't cover music like that. Just promote it. Different things you've heard from black media people on camera, on audio about me. So in hindsight, I could have just minded my business. I never applied for a job at Power 106 or any radio station. So why am I speaking up for other people to get hired on radio?
Say hi. She's black. She works for Power 106.
Yeah.
I didn't say they had zero, but you want more.
Hey, Bun, I seen it coming.
They exist. What's wrong with more? If it's 5, you want 10. If it's 10, you want 20.
But I think I don't think there's nothing wrong with hiring whatever X amount of people, right? It's kind of like how. Like I've always wondered if Asian people feel type of way about Mexicans working at Chinese restaurants all the time. Like that's always been a thought, right? Like you never know.
Real shit. But
that shit do cross my mind.
I think. What'd you say?
I say it do cross my mind when I see him. I'm like, that's crazy.
But is it good?
And I rock fire.
But is it good?
I'm like, yeah, it's all Mexicans.
Is it good?
So
fire. They cook everything up.
Okay, so with that same thing, do you feel like it's like a pick and choose when you want to choose your battles when it comes to who you go at? Because I feel like even when we got hired there, you definitely were like, well, I'm not even there anymore, but that's still my family, right? We still have a podcast together. You definitely went on a whole like thing about Letty and Vic, because I don't give a fuck about music. I'll do my part when I help interview and do all these things, right? And I remember you mentioned that you took a whole clip and put it up there about when I say, and even that got took out of context, but I don't give a fuck. It's not my lane. I don't make money off music. I make money off my jokes. I'm very blessed. I have a whole career. I'm touring. I'm doing all these things, movies, all this podcasting. It's going amazing for me. But do you feel like when you're attacking, you feel like, do you go at specific people just like I know you don't like Head, and I don't know if you like Letty or not, but you definitely love to argue with her about certain opinions.
I love to argue with her. No, years ago she had tweeted, maybe in 2019, and I
remember it. She tagged me
for a specific of how I attacked someone.
Yeah, go ahead.
But in 2019, she tweeted that if she was program director at Power 106, she would hire.
She said me, Cypress, and Vic.
3 Hispanic people to work there as personalities on camera. And I was just like, okay, what about some more black media people? They have plenty of Hispanic media people already. What about some black? That's just a question. So it's not an attack. It's an inquiry. You ask somebody, what about black? I've never say hire less Hispanics. I say hire more black people. But again, in hindsight, I could have just minded my business.
No.
Because I never applied to work there. I never had interest in working in radio. I don't feel like I have the voice for radio. So if it's not for me, why am I speaking up on behalf of other people who don't even feel the need to speak up?
But I think Letty was just like how I've always heard you say you're pro-black, right?
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I can't take that away from anybody being pro their race. I mean, obviously, if it comes with malicious takes, then you can be like, okay, but you're always pro-black. But she said if. Letty wasn't even on the radio at the moment. I think she was speaking just being proud of her younger brothers that looked like her, maybe come from the same background as her, which is, so was she wrong by saying that? And then you throwing she was just being proud of her. Like, if I was this who I would go based off, he's a DJ, he's a personality, and he's somebody that has history and background and all this in music.
She's not wrong for wanting who she wants to see up there in that hypothetical. Just like I don't feel like I was wrong for wanting to see more black people working on the radio or having media representation on the LA market.
Yeah, but I don't think it's wrong that you said, like, I think when you said black people, you made it a race thing instead of saying, oh, why not a Gina Views? Why not bring DJ Head and them on their show? You didn't say specific name, you said black people. So now you're making, I know, but now you're making it a black and Mexican thing. Because she obviously brought up 3 Latinos that she believes were making a name for themselves.
Obviously.
Yeah.
See how she obviously brought up 3, so I said the obvious, hire some black ones. So just because she didn't use the word Hispanic and I used the word black, doesn't mean I made it a racial thing. If you say you would like to hire 3 Hispanic people and I say, well, what about some black, are there any black DJs or personalities that would...
Did you ever get that big boy out like that for running the radio for 20 plus years?
I have definitely made posts about Big Boy back in 2019, 2020. But again, in hindsight, I could have just minded my business. I would be further off. My business would be better off if I... Why did I care so much for people that turned around and disrespected me? And why? So I have to look at that. That's just how I am. The accountability part of it.
Right. That goes back to like me and your first encounter, right? So I never forget, you was talking about chess records and you wanted to do stuff the black way. Yeah. And how is your viewpoint now? Because, you know, once you went to the other platform, I was like, we was all super shocked. I'm like, damn, this nigga, he's saying all this pro-black shit. He would never do this and call us employees and then go be an employee. We were like, nigga, this shit is crazy.
But I was employed at white-owned companies before I ever met you. I worked at a company called Ear Milk, where I was the first one to write about many LA rappers, including Blue Bus Clan, AZ Chike, things like that. That's a white-owned platform. So I was an employee for a white-owned company before I ever met you. One day I would like to be the president of Def Jam. That would make me an employee at a white-owned company. Any A&R at a major label is an employee at a white-owned company. So I never said there was nothing wrong with it. I just said what it was. And that's what we discussed in the second interview, where it's like, he was like, well, technically I was an employee. Technically you were. Just like when 100%. I worked there, I was an employee. They used to call me employee of the month, thinking it was going to offend me. And I'm like, shoot, that's a compliment. There's nothing wrong with being employed. The stereotype is that we unemployed sitting at home on the couch playing video games all day.
So what was the breaking point for you, you know what I'm saying, and then looking at it and looking back and saying, you know what, I was wrong. You feel me, for coming here, wrong. And these guys were actually right. I should have, you know what I'm saying, I should have followed in the footsteps of these guys. Like, what? At what point did you know you?
I just regret ever taking the job offer because I was offered the job when I got the email from Miss Laura offering me the job. I should have ignored it. No disrespect to Miss Laura, but I should have ignored it. Or I should have replied back no. In hindsight, and there was always that gut feeling there every day, like, nah, you're not supposed to be here. That gut feeling, but I was ignoring it because, like I said, it was so many black media people. I have videos of them on IG Live. Like, I'm gonna put a day and lay out of business. I'm gonna get into covering music just to put a day and lay out of business, and those type of things. When you keep getting that, and then every time I post a music opinion, it's black people calling me out my name and calling me slurs and XYZ. You feel me? It's my negative interactions for the most part are with other black people. So it's like, at this point, I tried it your way as far as not looking at race. And just that's my attempt at going in. I'm like, I'm going to put race aside and I'm going to just go do my job and try to bring hip hop back to this platform.
And move your platform forward as well, too. Because I say, and move your platform as well, too. It was beneficial for you.
Yeah, I had I had my rap report cards up there all the time. But even on my first day, I'll never forget, my first day was me, Brick Baby, and Flacco in the No Jumper newsroom. what did I come up there with? 50 greatest LA rappers of all time list. You feel me? Because it was like August 2023, so that's like the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So I'm like, I'm leading with music conversation, hip hop conversation. I'm not up here to talk about
drama and shit,
drama and all the gossip and shit. I'm really up here. I'm not perfect, but I'm really up here to talk about music and to bring hip hop back to the platform. I attempted to do it, but like I said, there was always that gut feeling.
But you think once you started working there, your content became a little polluted with drama and shit like that?
Just by default, just by being in
association.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to escape it because I can sit here and talk about somebody's album who just dropped, and everybody else like, oh, I didn't listen to it, but let's talk about this. Yeah, and it's not my room to control, like, cut the camera or XYZ or control the conversation like that. It's not my room.
It was gonna get watered down because you led with the racial conversation, and then then right behind it you leading with music and who's the greatest musicians, the greatest 50 rappers, and then right after that you got a platform that's not known for their hip hop. I don't care about their hip hop opinion. I don't give a fuck. So then you have your report card up there. So it's going to be automatically diluted. Soon as you brought it up and brought that shit up there, and then after all of the racial shit that you said, I mean, because we will interpret it as racial shit. You know what I mean? And we'll interpret it as that because that's what you led with. And it was just like, why can't black people do this? Why can't black people do this? Are you up here with the white men?
Not to cut you off, but to say I led with racial. When I came up there in January 2022, I had a rap report card that wasn't about race. It was just that you asked me about.
But before the rap report card, we were leading with the radio. You know what I'm saying?
That's Twitter.
You know what I'm saying? But still, even whatever.
I didn't have a product. That's not a product.
But
the product was
we were knowing. But you came up there for
rap report card.
The rap report card and the controversial things that you were saying, which was sometimes leading with the racial conversation, black and Mexican on the radio.
I would like to see more black. Used to say I would like to see more black people on the radio, more black media representation. I still feel that way, but that's not my number one objective when I wake up in the morning.
But and even right now, you said you would go up there with the rap report card, and you said it wasn't your room. You were working.
Yeah, I worked there. I was in the
That's how radio is, dog. It's not our room to control. So as much as we want to interpret about, you went up there and you had a goal, right? Let me talk about this rapper, this rapper, this rapper, this rapper. Right. When we got the job, I remember the first 3 people we brought up there. I think we brought Rucci up there and all that, and we did that by fighting for that. We let the them just have Problem up there, and obviously Problem's the legend, right? Problem's these endless. But what I'm saying, when I worked there, our goal was definitely bring it back to LA. Yes, don't get me wrong, 100%. We brought in a lot of Latino based things, right? But we definitely, for somebody that I don't know anybody. I mean, the way you love LA rap, I can never take that from you. There's only 3 more people I think love LA rap like you, and that's Vic, maybe Gina, and a couple other people. You might not see eye to eye, but I think you guys' level of love for LA rap, but there's different ways, different takes, different ways to go about it. I agree with you on that. You guys all love LA rap. So what you just said right now about No Jumper, when you went up there and you had a goal, when we got the job and we got offered and we had all this contracts and all this money lined up, this is how much you're gonna get paid, this is gonna be your salary. As much as we pushed and fought for a lot of different things, we definitely, at the end of the day, it wasn't our room to where we wanted to play the new Doggy Bone. Shout out Rucci, I love Rucci to death. We couldn't do that because it wasn't our room when it came to controlling certain shit. Right. So I think that's and you didn't learn that, and I'm not saying you probably learned that before your other job, but you didn't learn that till you went to a platform
and worked
for somebody.
Experience the best teacher.
Yeah, 100%.
At the same time, again, like I said, in hindsight, I just should have minded my business. That's all I could really say. I should have minded my business.
I would say
why
this
did I get involved in that? It didn't benefit me in any way.
I would say like you were looking at things from a fan standpoint, talking like a fan. And once you got into buildings and seen this industry, you like, okay, because a lot of people, as artists and shit, you look and say, damn, they're not supporting this, they're not supporting this, they're not supporting this. But when you really get behind there and you see it's a whole business that's being ran, it's like these people are not really dictating what's being played, who's getting interviewed, and what's going on too. So like that's why I feel like the way you would come at Charisma or the way you would come at Head, it was like they just doing their jobs in their spare time. Right. They are doing what they have to do to push the culture forward, like playing certain music that they don't have to play and shit like that.
Well, it's a difference between again, I wasn't always on the offense in all these situations, but these are incidents that happened years ago. We don't have to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't always on the offense with these situations. There would be time where I would simply tweet my opinion on my account about, I would like to see more black people on the radio. And there would be black DJs saying, you're wrong. Like, no, that's not the case. That's not what we need to do. And I have those screenshots, and I can post those screenshots if I need to.
Do you feel like you can reconcile some of those relationships now? Because I feel like the way the media is going now, the way it's moving in a direction to where everybody is independent, and that independency is leading to, you know, bigger deals and more eyes put on you. Even walking down BET red carpets or whatnot. You know what I mean? Like, do you feel like you can reconcile some of that? Because I feel like you should. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you should go out there and do that shit because you are. You do speak, you articulate yourself very well. You know, you're very knowledgeable on what's going on. You have something that's great, though, but you can't do this shit by yourself, though. You know what I mean? You can't do this shit by yourself. You can't be out here by yourself, and you was at a platform, I feel like, that wasn't helping you to do exactly what you wanted to do.
I think it's a simple conversation. With you, a lot of people, they intimidated by you, bro, because you very, like,
How so?
you like you lead with like your
So your
thoughts and
argument,
feelings.
which is not a bad thing.
Yeah, you're not. It's not a bad
It's
thing.
not a
right?
bad thing.
I respect what you be saying. I get it. You know what I mean? But that is very intimidating to a lot of people because a lot of people walk on eggshells in this business and they don't want to be seen reposting what you're saying, even though they might be talking about it in the rooms.
Yep.
You know what I
They gonna
mean?
say it, yeah.
You're very outspoken, so they intimidated by niggas like that. Like, hey, hold on, nigga, you fucking it up for us. So they try to shun you. I get it. You know what I mean? But that's what you're doing with your report card. Like, for somebody to come out and make grades about all these artists. You see, you got all these niggas that's way bigger than you, probably don't know you, and you getting attention from these niggas. Like, who the fuck is he? Who the fuck is he? Like, that lets you know
Serve his purpose.
what your card is saying is, might be true. You know what I mean?
Right.
To a lot of cases.
And
some shit I agree with you on, some shit I don't.
That's
know
how
what I
I
mean?
go. That's how I go every
That's how I
time.
go.
I feel like
Every time.
I feel like you carved a lane for yourself. Your report card is perfect. I mean, not perfect, but it's a part of the culture now when it comes to LA. Like, people want to get better grades, and I mean, it is pushing people forward to want to do better and get a better grade and shit like that. You know, your approach was a certain type of way. We felt a certain type of way about it. I don't feel the same way that I used to feel about you. Huh?
Why they ain't push you?
He gave me on there. He gave me.
See, that's the bullshit. He
He gave me a D in person. No, he gave me a C in person. Then he gave me a D.
No,
next day.
that's not how that happened.
And see, this my thing. And see, this my thing. What it got?
That's not how that happened.
He hasn't even
It's
jumped
all
to 2
good,
years.
though.
You should have gave it as a hey, he bullshit out here.
I'm cool.
Go
I'm
back to my
cool.
question because he didn't answer. Do you feel like you should reconcile some of those relationships, or do you even want to?
I definitely don't want to. But if you say that I should, I will really consider it. I'm a very understanding person.
Yeah.
So I will consider it, and I will, think on it and pray on it and all of that stuff. I don't necessarily want to, like that. It's not on my heart. God hasn't put it on my heart to do it. But if you're saying it would be beneficial to at least have the conversation and try, I'm down to try.
I mean, yeah, because you can't preach black excellence and us being together, and then you over here being a fucking renegade off to the side and not wanting to be with us and be together and help push the culture forward.
But
With the white man.
But when I put my stop that pun,
The white man.
pun, stop
With
that,
the white man.
Yeah,
pun, stop
White
that.
man.
yeah, black.
Yeah.
What you say, nigga? Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Hey man, I came here to hear I told you so. I came here to say I was wrong.
Yeah,
But
sitting your big ass on this damn
I ain't gonna
couch.
beat you no pigs. I ain't gonna beat you no pigs, you know right now. Where the muffins at?
Get the homie a muffin stack.
Goodness gracious.
All right, come on. I'm trying to hold it together. Come on. I am. Because, shit, now you got on cream pants. It's in my last joke.
No,
You had on the white ones. Now the
switched it up a little bit.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. They off-white today.
This
All
my
right.
camera?
Yeah.
Right here?
We got two cameras for you, big fella.
Hey, hold on. Ain't that the goddamn pot calling the kettle, motherfucker? No, waistline the same. Waistline.
All right. Okay.
I'll consider it though.
Okay, yeah.
You make good points.
For sure.
Are you happy about Heads and Gina's new show?
Oh, I don't keep up with them. Both of them had me blocked, so I couldn't possibly keep up with them.
Damn.
I couldn't possibly keep. But
Shout out to them,
Is
man.
it that bad though? Like, I'm out the loop on what exactly was exchanged between y'all. I saw this shit on
the
those jumping back in the day
same
when I was there.
the same thing that happened is kind of a similar situation with both of them as far as I created like a flyer, even a report card low-key like a flyer format. I created a flyer or a meme. I posted, head quotes it and said, no, this is not true. The first one I posted was, we need like more black people on the radio. I can show you. I'll show you. 2020, he said, this is incorrect. No, this is incorrect. So that's how that sparked. And then with Gina, when obviously everyone knows this story, when I posted the rap report card, she made a room called Rap Report Card and was hosting it, had rappers in there say they was going to slap me, they was going to kill me. I'd be dead by the end of the week, all these things. Then I ignored it, refused to join it. The next day I do my own room for Rap Report Card. She comes and interrupts it and says, oh, this is wrong. You shouldn't be doing this. This is not how we cover music out here on the West Coast. Even if you don't like it, you still supposed to XYZ, that type of stuff. We've had this conversation 1,000 times before. And that's when Mustard came in the room and co-signed and said, no, Gina, you're wrong. Like, if it's not good, he's supposed to tell you he feels it's not good. I'll still repost it, but I'm going to give you my opinion on it. Because I feel like I'm doing you an injustice by not telling you how I feel about it. Same way Double XL Magazine or Source Magazine, there'll be an ad for an album in the magazine, but also if you flip to the review section, they let you know how they feel about it. That's what journalists do, in my opinion. So with both of them, who both have me blocked, it was just I post something, they respond to it in a way I don't appreciate, and it goes from there.
Obviously, you're not blind. So when it comes to the whole shit going on with Kendrick and Drake and other people outside of Los Angeles and the West Coast, taking Head's opinion and making it like the opinion that this is what represents the West Coast. Do you agree with all those platforms making Head like the head of like the opinion when it comes to West Coast rapping? What's going on with the beef?
I'm happy that he's finally stepping up and being the Coast Guard, because I didn't feel like he was doing that for years. I felt like he was letting mediocrity and artists put out BS, and he wasn't fighting for key critical issues. So I'm glad that he's finally on his job. I'm happy to say that. And I know that by the time I'm 40 or at his age, I'll be doing great things like that as well. Respectfully.
You cooking.
Respectfully.
All right, so look, let me ask you a question. So you felt Head wasn't telling artists that they had bullshit records, basically.
I felt like not just him,
because he was co-signing a lot of records.
I don't want to single out just him. It was a regime of LA media that was just West Coast champion bullshit and not critiquing it, not saying the honest part about it, not giving any real retort to the music, just promoting it. And we're not just record promoters, we're media people. We have to talk about the music and
What years are you talking about with Head? Like what?
Yeah, because Head is very critical on music.
Well, maybe in person. I'm talking about publicly. Because when I came out with the report card, it was so, why is it so taboo if other people are criticizing music? Why was it so taboo? It was taboo because no one had, in the LA media scene, had critiqued music publicly. It was the first time you ever seen someone rank somebody lyricism or rank somebody cadence, rank somebody flow. But who else was doing that?
But I think, like you're talking about, and you're talking about just LA rap scene, right? So when it comes to, I went through your page earlier this morning when I was in bed and shit, and there was a gang of bullshit ass rappers on there. A gang. Oh my God, the unsigned shit, it was terrible. And I was going and I was wondering about like my boy Peso. He's running raps around half LA rap right now. NLE cosign, and I didn't see him on your page.
I go to my DMs to see if you sent me anything. I go to my email and see if you sent me anything.
But I think you're a journalist of LA, so I'm assuming you're paying attention when nobody else is, right? That's just how I see journalists.
But people send me music. Artists send me music. Higher level artists send me music.
Yeah, so. And then I kept looking, and Bravo wasn't on there either.
Bravo was on my 2023 LA freshman cover presented by Shockaware.
Yeah. And that was last year.
And also he was on my New Music Fridays post maybe about a week ago. I covered Bravo.
Was it a week ago?
About a week ago, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I was looking for Peso, and then I went to your report card, which was the first one you did was 2023 or 2022.
2022 was the first one I did.
Was Suede on there?
Money Side Sway?
Yeah.
I don't believe he was.
He wasn't, even though he had LA on lock.
Are you saying that he should have been on?
Yeah, I'm saying. And then I went to your IE one, and also didn't see a Latino J.I. Bands, which he's one of the top.
There's Hispanic artists on my report card.
Who? Other than Bravo and OGZ.
There's Lefty Gunplay on my report card.
That was recent. That's recent. I'm talking about before.
You asked me.
No, I'm talking about before. Before 2022, 2023.
Okay, so OGZ is not a
That's one. Yeah, that's one.
And Two Tone Twins are Hispanic duo.
Okay.
I've graded Hispanic artists, but is there a point that you're trying to?
Yeah. I'm wondering why you don't cover it the same. You like because what's it called? You were getting ahead about being mediocre when it came to LA rap scene and stuff like
I
that.
didn't say he was being mediocre. I said that he was not. I feel like that regime did not speak their mind about how they felt about the music publicly.
And it was mediocre rappers.
I came out and told these artists that they're being mediocre. Yes.
Okay, and do you tell the artists that you post on your page that they're mediocre?
Yeah, a lot of those artists I post on the page will still get an F. A lot of the artists that'll be on my freshman cover will still get an F. Like my readers might be interested in you, but me personally, I don't like the music. But my readers may still. I don't make the magazines or even make my Instagram page for what I like. But when I fill out the report card, I have to fill out to what I'm thinking.
You know what it ultimately is in Los Angeles too. We just got to learn how to take opinions. We have to learn how to take those opinions, and we need to learn how to respond to them.
Yeah.
Once somebody has some type of opinion that you don't like, you feel me? Because I could, you falling victim of that too. As soon as you don't like that shit and you feel like it's out of pocket in your opinion, I think people go into left field. I think a lot of people just out here, just in general in Los Angeles, need to learn how to just take the opinion, you know what I'm saying, and
that ain't gonna never happen.
Yeah, like you just and do that. I think more so with
better with it.
I think what Doknow is trying to get to more so too is just we would like to see a lot of he would like to see, and me too. Right. It's a lot of Hispanic rappers out here. I feel like are moving up in the game, and they should be they should be aligned with what's going on right now because they are really killing it, and they need their respect. So and a lot of times too, I'm a victim of it too. Just saying, oh, you're the best Mexican rapper, or you're a Mexican rapper, or you good for a Mexican rapper.
Just best rapper,
just a best rapper, or just
more Hispanic rapper.
No, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you haven't covered any.
Right,
but when I look at the report card, and again, we're talking about giving mediocre shit a platform or not being real with these mediocre rappers. I think that was your thing, right? Like with being more honest with them. And I think when I look at the report card, right? And yeah, don't get me wrong, I've seen the Lefty, I've seen the Bravo. I think you gave Bravo F the last one. I could be wrong. I think you gave Lefty an F. And then you gave Jeezy like a C or something. And I was looking, and then because you're going based off, what's it called? You go based off numbers or no?
What do you mean?
You like impact?
Impact.
Does that go with numbers?
Yeah, but OGZ's impact was high. It was like a 10 or a 9 or something like that.
Yeah, no. And I'm not saying specifically them. Okay. But when I'm looking through these rappers, and I know you said this playing the time where you said, this is my report card, you can make your own.
Yeah, obviously. Anytime what happened? Anytime we talk about, even when I used to pull up on y'all and we would talk about the report card, I would tell y'all mine.
This is yours.
Instantly ask you for your grade, like your score.
But when you're making the main one, and I think from a Latino perspective, and not even Mexican, because the Two-Tone Twins, are they Mexican or they're like Puerto Rican or something?
Two-Tone Twins?
Yeah, they're Mexican.
Hispanic.
They're Hispanic, but that's what I'm saying. Right. So I don't want to say just Mexican.
Oh, okay.
All these rappers could be Mexican, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I'm looking at it from a perspective, it looks like it's a pick and choose situation, because I see some of these rappers and I'm like, who the fuck is this? Right. Who the fuck is that guy?
It's people that say that about most of the artists. Anytime, even when I post regular memes, they like, who are these artists? It's people in my personal life, friends and family, like, why do you keep posting these people that we don't, why do you care about these rappers?
Yeah, I know.
Let me ask you a question.
Most people don't know.
Go ahead.
Regardless
all right, we all know, you know what I mean? It's not the message sometimes, it's the messenger. You know what I mean? So if he was to make an all Latino report card, would it be perceived and respected by the Hispanic community?
I'm not asking him to make all Latino report cards. Would it matter?
Would it be respected by y'all?
Would it be respected? If I can't answer that because I'm not a rapper.
So I'm saying, like, if you saw him,
if I saw it, would I be like, oh, this is cool? Maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll be like, oh, okay, maybe he's right about, because I'm full. As much as I don't like a lot of your takes, I can't take away some of the opinions you have. I'm glad you gave Blueface F. They be hyping shit up.
That was last year. He didn't
but you get what I'm saying. Yeah. I can't knock fool. I can't knock. Like I said, it's a lot of things I don't like that you said, that you push, which is cool for. We're allowed to have our opinions. A lot of people don't like that these fools let me up here say nigga. People might be mad at them. A lot of people might not like how we get along and call each other bitch and all types of shit. So a lot of things people might not like. And we don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. But when I'm looking at the report card and I'm seeing an artist that I'll look him up and they have like 1,000 followers and they drop one album and you've graded them off that, and then I'm looking at like a Peso or a Suede that are selling out the Novos, touring, got songs with LL Choppa and all these things. It does make me question.
My report
like,
card says long live or rest in peace Suede at the bottom. Right?
No,
I don't grade deceased.
No. What I'm saying before he was deceased. I'm saying before he was deceased.
That was on the first one.
Yeah, and I'm saying when I'm looking at it.
Right.
Like, was Peso on your recent one now?
I don't believe so. No.
So was there a reason for that, or
It wasn't intentional.
It wasn't intentional.
It was 56 LA rappers graded. Who else sat down and listened to 56 LA rappers? I can't get some people to listen to 5 LA rappers. I sat down and listened to 56 LA rappers music for over a course of maybe 2 months, because I normally do it over the holiday season.
But you're also a content person. You make content. You know what gets people riled up. When you're making it a report card, you're like, damn, Peso, 18 years old, 19 years old, got a song with LL Choppa, has millions of views in the last 2 weeks on his own. He's killing it. He's running. If we're talking about running laps, he's doing all these things right now. Do you sit there and go like,
Peso payroll or something, nigga?
I can't be pro Latino.
Hold on. No. This is what I was gonna say. The way that you're talking right now is damn near mirroring what Dejon is saying.
No, I'm not. What do you mean?
When he's saying like, oh, if he's looking at the radio, he wants more black people on there and more coverage and stuff like that. And you saying basically the same thing.
No, so what he's actually,
okay, so
hold on, let me get to really what you said, so we get to the fucking
I see the
elephant
analogy.
in the room. Yeah, you
I get what
niggas on here, and these Mexican niggas is booming. Why the fuck you ain't put these niggas on there?
Or more coverage.
But there are some Hispanic.
and
But he also just said based on who sends him music. That's what he said.
Yeah, I get it.
If you want to be on a
But I think if you're covering any rap, cover it all, right?
Yeah, cover it all, do it up. I get you.
Absolutely, it's a lot of artists.
Because then too,
I left Earl Sweatshirt off and I issued him a public apology. Like, I fucked up. He had a great project last year, and I still left him off just because I'm human. You know.
Yeah.
Make mistakes.
man.
Every year there's gonna be artists that's left off every year. But I promise you this: I will do a better job.
I'm not fool.
And including Hispanic artists.
No, I'm not knocking it. But now you see the argument people have when you argue.
Now do you see the argument that people have when I?
No, I don't care.
Or moving forward, you could just simply send him artists to look at in the DM, like, hey,
I
make
ain't
sure
sending nobody no artists.
Well, goddamn,
You're the one that said you don't care about music. And then you said you can talk about it.
I'm just here to argue.
Man, for the sake of it, y'all are crazy.
I mean, we do shit like that.
Let's argue for the sake of it.
Hey, Pun, what do I sound like today?
I mean, you came from over there, nigga.
Hey, Pun, you like that?
You made me T-Real today.
Hey, Pun, who do I sound like?
And he's just lingering it on. So I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get into this shit.
Peso payroll is crazy.
I was like, y'all sound exactly the same. Y'all mirror each other.
I'm gonna break that nigga as soon as I get in the car. We ain't listening to nothing but Peso.
But now how it feels.
You was pushing the line.
All right, so let's address the elephant in the room, man, because it was a lot going on with you. It's a lot of people that was denying your claims, and you know, wholeheartedly, they know.